players very high APM, especially the Zerg at averaging 187 APM, which is quite necessary considering how many multi-pronged attacks he's been doing this game so far. But now he's got to defend off these 4 tanks, 4 Hellions, and a Thor. They are getting very close to this hatchery. If this hatchery goes down, Broom could be in a lot of trouble. We can see Broom here trying to mass up those forces, getting ready to engage. He's got a lot of roaches, and Link's gonna get right in range of the tanks, and Link's here going the long route, but they finally do get in range of the tanks and Thors. But meanwhile, oh my god, Waffles just killed off so many drones. I swear that was so... I think every single drone at the gold expansion just went down. And these Hellions, I mean, they might have died, and the Terran army might have all just got wiped out, but I think all the drones there got picked off, and yeah, look at that. Broom earlier was way ahead of the Terran economy. Not the case anymore. 51 under 68. His mineral intake very much lower than Waffles right now. So Broom here trying to make a counterattack, going straight through the backdoor rocks. He's coming in with a very large army of roaches. He's made a complete tech switch over to roaches, which are fairly good against very good against Hellions, okay against tanks if they can get in range. And look at that, picking off the tanks first. So Broom gets a free pass. He's also trying to take out the command center as well, so great attack right now from Broom. He's also trying to come into the gold expansion, so just so much action on the map. And now the SCV is getting killed off by the Zerglings. So good play from both these players. Very interesting. This expansion gets picked off by Waffles. You can see both these players just controlling so many different parts of the game right now that it's just amazing. Look at the Zerg, 250 APM. And what's left of the Zerg, of the Terran base here. There's only 2 Zerglings left, but you can see just a scene of carnage here. There's absolutely no SCVs left mining. You can see that Waffles now has dropped below the Zerg player, 45 harvesters under 64. Such an incredible game of micro, ladies and gentlemen, and what a pleasure to cast. This is such a good game. Watching these 2 players duke it out constantly. They're both striving to get harvesters, to get economy wherever they can possibly eke it out. You guys can tell now it's definitely getting to that point in the game where almost every expansion has been claimed, except for this one down here. And you guys can see a hatchery trying to go up right now. Broom is going to try to get that, but this does rightfully belong to the Terran player. So we'll see if Waffles will be able to defend that and get it for himself. Looks like these roaches coming in, gonna try to pick off a tank. They should probably sacrifice themselves to get that tank, since they worked so hard to do it. 1 piece of metal dying for about 8 carcasses of roaches, so I don't know if that was a great exchange, but Broom at that point was kind of committed. Now look at this, 70 Zerglings, holy good god. Whoa, he's making a lot of Zerglings. I think he realizes that Waffles doesn't have that many Hellions anymore. In fact, Waffles now switching over to Banshee production. We have 3 Banshees on the way as well as Cloak. Here comes the Hellions, so these Hellions, if they can get picked off, those 70 Zerglings are gonna be so easy to pick apart. But these Zerglings getting very much in range. Are they gonna, yep, they're gonna clear off all these Hellions. So now these Zerglings are going to be very, very difficult for the Terran army. We can see that 5 Hellions on the way right now for Waffles. He's got to get as many as he can to deal with this massive Zergling Baneling army. And it looks like Broom now making yet another tech switch, Muta Baneling now, and he picks off all the Banshees, no problemo. That was a very good attack. And now where are those Zerglings going? They're gonna flood straight into the main base. These Mutalas, spread out Mutas. You're getting obliterated by the Thors, but I don't think it matters. The Lings here are doing so much damage. They pick off the entire Terran main. And oh man, the SCV is coming off the line to, I don't know what they're doing under there. They are just repairing each other and they are all dying. And I think this could very well be GG. Waffles here looking very, very low. Broom here even getting a hatchery and a Baneling underneath this command center. We have roaches coming into the planetary gold expansion, and the Mutas and Lings still doing so much damage. But it looks like that is going to be the end of the Mutas. Broom here not controlling as well as we'd like to see. And at the same time, that planetary fortress will deflect the roaches. What an intense game right now as Broom once again comes in through that back door, trying to do whatever damage he can. But Waffles here with 3 weapons upgrade on his Thors. Those Thors are so strong. Literally every time they attack, it's like chucking a 10-ton hammer And even the tough hide of the roach is just not quite made to deal with that kind of an impact force. And, well, we have some roaches now coming into the main base. They're going to try to do a natural expansion. They're going to try to do some damage. But with 2 Banshees here, I think that Waffles should be able to hold that off. Meanwhile, roaches and lings engaging. The 4 Thors coming out of the back door. Oh, man, these roaches, the Thors could all go down. But look at that. We have meals coming out for Waffles. Waffles trying to bring out meals to repair at the last second. And his Thors remain alive. Oh, my goodness. Great play. Now Waffles could be going in for an attack with his double Thor army and mules. These can actually do a lot of damage. And even though rumors say mules repair faster, I don't quite buy it. I've never seen proof to show otherwise. But Waffles coming in. We also have Banshees and Hellions rolling out and about. These Thors could do so much damage. Oh man, this is not going to be enough for Broom to hold this off. He needs more roaches. He needs more mutas. But now 4 Banshees coming in. Broom could potentially lose this expansion, which would be such a huge loss. Right now, he's transferred the majority of his drones over to this expansion instead, and so he's trying to eke out whatever income he can. If we look at the income tab, both players fairly good actually, but both players really only on 1 base apiece. We can see Broom here mining off this base. Now a double Hellion and Thor coming in to deal with that, and we could just see action all over the map. Ladies and gentlemen, the Banshees now striking the gold expansion. The hatchery here gets picked off by the Hellions and Thors, and now all the drones could potentially go down. It looks like the mutas did pick off the Banshees, so just an incredible game at this point. I can't keep up with all the action because there is too much to keep up with right now, and it looks like the command center trying to find a place to land. It wants to land here, but there's still creep to recede. But wow. With that attack, I don't know. I think Waffles might have done quite a bit of damage. He killed off this hatchery. He killed off almost all the drones when they were trying to run away. And he's also killed off this hatchery as well. So right now the Zerg army only running off of this dwindling gold expansion. Whereas the Terran army is also running off of a dwindling gold. But he's about to get fresh income here as soon as the creep recedes. And now, because of that, Broom realizes he needs to do something. He needs to go straight for the factories. He's going to try to pick off the mech as soon as it comes out, and he is getting the Overseer in. He's going to pick off all these Banshees as well, so good play right there. Getting the Overseer in range just in the nick of time. This game far from over, ladies and gentlemen. I can't quite call who's ahead right now or who's going to win. Even the drones trying to distance mine for the swarm. They're trying to get as much economy wherever possible. And it is getting very, very much down to the wire. The creep, finally, one last patch receding away. There we have Broom, those 2 roaches that killed off their refinery originally. Broom now controlling that roach as I was looking at it. And the command center finally gets to land, home sweet home. And we have drones distance mining. I really want to look at that income tab. We can see Zerg player a little bit ahead of the Terran. The Terran needs to bring all of his SCVs over to this final last command center. He also could possibly land this command center and get some income as well. And now Waffles trying to set up some kind of an area to overlook this command center. He's got to try to secure it, and then he's going to be looking in a very good position. The Hellions roasting the drones as they distance mine. The roaches and mutilas coming in. Are they going to be able to pick off the Thor? It's going to be a very, very close battle. The Thor gets picked off. And just like that, Waffles gonna lose control of this gold expansion, or of this 4th expansion, excuse me. And but doesn't matter. Waffles is the one right now with a fully operating base. The Zerg player right now is the one who's striving, trying to get some kind of game going. But he has, holy good God, a lot of mutalisks. So he might just not need this expansion quite yet because he's got so many mutas. If he manages this correctly, he should be able to magic box the Thors, but a bunch of missile turrets going up for Waffles. And he's also got a planetary fortress. Now, Broom deciding to go straight for the main, so we've seen this tactic before. Oh man, Broom, you gotta magic box your mutas. Oh no, the mutas stacking up, the Thors completely demolishing the mutas, the carcasses falling to the floor, all the mutas getting picked apart. And just like that, Broom is going to GG out of this game. Oh, no. What a great game, but a bit premature of a GG, I think. But wow, that was incredible. And that's a 10-ton hammer I'm talking about, guys. That thing hurts like hell. So, yeah, what a great game. That was a very, very action-packed. It was difficult for me to tell who was ahead at almost every point in the game. And until that very last second, I think it just came down to Broom coming in with all his mutas and not managing his mutalists and allowing them to just get owned by the Thors. But the other thing also was losing the expansion here, and pretty much Waffles realized, you know what, I have no income whatsoever compared to the Terran army at least. And he was forced to GG. Also notice great creep spreading. Good lord, look at that, spreading all the way to from here, originally starting here, all the way to here, the back door of the Terran main. So very, very good creep spreading for Broom. So an excellent game. Very, very blessed to watch that, and I was excited to cast it. Actually, this is my first time casting it, but excited to rewatch it. And an incredible game from both these players. Very, very well played. Good job by Waffles to hold off the attack so many times. I can't count how many times Zerg forces flooded into Waffles' main, but he was able to hold it off. But nonetheless, good game. And you know what? I gotta go to BlizzCon, guys. So I will see you guys. Whoever's going to BlizzCon, I'll see you guys there. And there's all the spectators leaving, so there's a lot of specs watching this game. And yeah, see you guys later. HD signing out.